Hey guys! Welcome to Free Tutorial TV and Python tutorial for beginner. In this video I'm going to show you how to handle JSON values in Python. So first of all, what is JSON? So JSON is a text format which stands for JavaScript object notation. And JSON is a syntax which is used for storing and exchanging data. Now if you want to know more about JSON, what is JSON, and how to create JSONs and what value you can store in JSON, then I have created a whole video about that. So you can watch that video and understand more about JSON. So let's get started with this tutorial. And let's see how we can use JSON in Python. So to use JSON in Python, you use inbuilt package which is called JSON. So you need to import this inbuilt package which is JSON. Now let's say I have a Python dictionary. So let me create a dictionary in Python which have, let's say, so this is our dictionary in Python. So in order to convert this dictionary into JSON, you use this JSON keyword which we have imported here and then call a method called dumps. So this dumps method we can call here to convert some Python values to JSON value, and we will pass this dictionary variable here. And in order to print the value of JSON, we can use this print method. So I'm going to enclose this JSON.dumps method inside our print function. Now let's run this code and you'll see that this JSON.dumps function has converted your dictionary into our JSON value. So this is our JSON text format. Now the next question which can arise here is what data type this dumps function takes as an argument. So it makes our dictionary, we already know now. But what are the other data types which we can parse as an argument to this dumps function? So it turns out that you can provide majority of your collections and your data types as an argument to this dumps function. So you can provide dictionary here, or list tuple, a string and float or a boolean value and any value you can provide here. I think sets you cannot provide as an argument here, but other than sets you can provide any other format as an argument to this dumps methods. So let me show you how you can provide all of these values into this JSON.dumps function. So here in the first print statement I have provided the dictionary, in the second print statement I have provided a list, in the term we have provided table, in the form statement we have provided the string and then the integer and then followed values, and then we provided that to boolean values false and true. And at last we have provided this none keyword to this dumps function. So let's run the code and let's see what happens. So everything runs fine. So that means you can convert from this JSON.dumps function a dictionary or a list or a tuple or a string or decimal or a float or a boolean value into a JSON value, and all these are valid dates and values. Now let me go once again to this dictionary method. And here also, as just as values, you can provide any type of values which I have shown here. So you can use inside this dictionary, for example, another dictionary. So I can just write so we can also provide a tuple here. So let's run this code and it's totally valid. So you can see our dictionary is now converted to JSON value. Now this dumps function also takes few other parameters also. So we can also provide a parameter called indent. So you need to write indent is equal to, and then after that you can write some number here. So if you want to give the indent of 4 to each and every element of your JSON, then you can write indent is equal to 4. And let me run the code once again. And now you can see this JSON is printed, the format and the indentation here. Indentation means this indentation is 4 spaces for each and every element of your JSON. And so if you want to print your ideas into a pretty format, then you can just write an indent is equal 2 and the number of indents you want to give. So let's say I want to provide just 2 and then here, and let me run code once again and you will see. Now this only have 2. And then is for every element of this JSON. Also you can provide a parameter called the separators. And as the separators, let's say first value I want to provide here is our dot value and the space here. And the second value I want to provide here is this equal to symbol. So what the separators argument does is it will replace your commas and that this dot notation and your columns with this equals to notation. And when I run the code, you can see now the a colon is replaced by the equal to symbol and comma is replaced by this dot symbol. So you can use separators like this also. But I will not prefer to use this kind of notation. The original notation is the one that I prefer to use, which is with commas and the colon. One more thing you can use here is the sort keys, so you can just write sort keys here, and whenever you write through here it's going to sort your JSON according to their alphabetical orders. You can see right now your keys are assembled in non-alphabetical order, so they are assembled in a random manner. But when you give sort keys is equal to 2 here and I'm going to run the code, you can see age comes first, then the marks, and then the name, and then the object. So now your keys to assembled or sorted in alphabetical order, and you use this kind of notation. Now let's try to save this decent value into JSON file. So in the last video I have shown you can use this with statement, and then you can use open function. And we can provide file name here, for example demo.json. So JSON file always have the extension .json. And the second value we will provide here is the mode. So if you want to write to the file, so that's why we use W here as an FH, and then using this FH, we can write to this file which we have created. So we can parse this JSON.dumps function here. And now your dictionary will be converted into a JSON. And then this JSON will to be saved into this demo.json file. You can see here I am looking inside this file handling project, and here I only have a .py file. And when I run this code you will see that is one more file which will be created here, which is demo.json file. So I can open this file here, and here you will see all of our JSON values are saved in this demo.json file. So we have provided these values into the demo.json file that we just split the screen so you will be able to see it correctly. So we have provided a name here, a name is here, age is it here, marks is here, and then the object is here, and also the pass is also here. So this is how you can write your values into our file. Now let's see how we can read the JSON values from a file. So I'm going to remove this dictionary from here, and instead of using this write mode I'm going to just use read mode, which we use to read from the file, and the file we already have. So let's say we want to read all this data which we have written into this file. And now instead of using this line I need to use ifh.read function here and do print the content. What we have read from this file we can use the print function, so I'm going to enclose this fh.read and into the print function, and let's run the code. First of all, and when I run this code you can see it prints all the content of this JSON. Now one thing that you need to observe here is this fh.read function is going to give you a string value. So to confirm that we can just write type here, and we will just see that type of this fetch.read function, and I'm going to run the code. Let's see what's the answer. So you can see this read the replies you in the form of string. So in order to convert the string into some possible format you use our function called json.load. So I'm going to save this string to our, let's say, of variable json_str. This is the variable name, and we will assign whatever we read from the file into this variable. And now what we can do here is we can convert the string into our JSON value using a method called json.load. So let me create a variable once again. So JSON value is the variable name, And then I can use this JSON keyword which we have imported .load function. So just use the load function and then parse the string as an argument of this load function. So this load function takes a string and converts it into JSON value. So now let's print the type of the JSON values. I'm going to just write print type and then we use JSON value argument here. And then once again run the code. And you will see now that this value data type is the dictionary. So because now it's a dictionary, we can pass some values from it. So let's say from this JSON value dictionary, we want to get the name, so name here be stored as Max. So we can just give the key here name and then run the code and it's going to give us the value associated with the name which is Max. So this JSON.load function we use to convert from JSON or a string value into a Python dictionary. So this is how you can handle JSON values in Python. I hope you have learned something new this time. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day. See you in next video.